Windeya, oh, Windeya, Windeya, oh, 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 yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just feel that energy. Windeya, oh, Windeya, oh, Windeya, Windeya, oh, 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 hey, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Could I have the music just a little bit louder? Let us just come together in an Om. Om. Another one. Om. And again. Om. Feeling that vibration of love and peace as we come together on this beautiful Sunday morning. Let us welcome.
What a beautiful day. What a beautiful Sunday. I'm going to start out this morning by talking about prayer requests. We have a prayer request box right there in the back for you to fill out your written prayer request. You can also email us. You can also messenger us. We're very accessible. We have engaged and ready to serve you with prayer. Our prayer team takes those prayer requests. They pray over them. 7 or 8 people. And then we send them once a month to Unity Village, to Silent Unity. We hold them in prayer for 30 days. Know that when you give us a prayer request, we treat it confidentially and we hold it in integrity. With an affirmative prayer by our Sons of Mind practitioners, Minister Ron and Maria Flournoy, Bill and Sue Loving are our Sons of Mind prayer practitioners. I believe that Sons of Mind has the best method. It's just amazing. Yes. I say amen to that too. Knowing how that personal prayer can change your life. When I first met Reverend Ron Flournoy, I was going through something with one of my sons. And I hadn't shared it with anybody. And I walked up to him, and he had this big black button that said, "Ask me to pray with you." And I said, "Reverend Ron, will you pray with me this morning?" And he said, "Come on." He took me out the door, and we went outside where it was private. And he had the most beautiful affirmative prayer for me and my son that still to this day helps me get through the day. So I'm going to ask you today to hold me in prayer. Hold me in prayer that I can lead this beautiful, amazing community, because you are. And if you have a prayer request, right back there are the forms, and you can come to any of our prayer team after service. They'll be back there. You can come to them in person. You can email, you can message, however you want to reach out. You can call me on the phone. Call me. I get it. Because they go to work, and it's amazing. The feedback we've had this week from people who had surgery and are in rehab, a 93-year-old woman that loves to come here to service. She has her niece drive her up from Naples at least one Sunday a month. She's 93, and she's not been able to come because she's been in the hospital. So she asked us to hold her in prayer. And she sent us a note this week, an update saying, "Thank you so much. I felt it, and it worked." So know that prayer is powerful. Prayer is powerful. So with that, I would love for you to stand, and let's say our great invocation as we invoke God and Goddess to be part of this service. We are now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. We acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, now erase our mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation our world according to thy perfect law. And it is a perfect law. And today our subject for the day is acceptance. The title of my message is, and it just went out of my head. I just typed it. Yes. Are you living your best life? Accept it and know that it is there for you. Yes. So I want to call up our board president, Bill Thomas. He has a surprise for you all. And I also want to mention our mala bracelets. Our mala bracelets have the chakra stones on them. They're lovingly created for you. And you can stop by the desk and see Nancy after service to get yours. And what I would love for you to do is to infuse that mala bracelet with something from today's service that touched your heart. Something that touched your heart. Infuse that mala bracelet with that energy. And then as you go about your week, that energy will be with you. Yes. So take it away, Bill.
Well, thank you. So as most of you know, I'm the good news guy. And so I'm all about bringing on the good news. So today, some of you are new and have not been here before. You might have seen a bunch of us sporting the bow ties or the ties. So today is the big announcement. I've been leading up to this. We were in Sedona last 2 Sundays, Derek and I was really excited to present officially, we're launching the Bow Tie Club. So for any of you that want to participate in the Bow Tie Club, it's super simple. So you don't have to necessarily have a bow tie. You can do any interpretation of it. There are benefits that come with joining the club. So it's a super cool club. What we want to do is we're going to recognize people that are participating in this, and you'll be in the booklet each month. And then our goal is we're going to do a photo gallery of how our Bow Tie Club grows. One Sunday a month, we're going to do Bow Tie Sunday section. And, and my goal is this. When people come in, we're going to have a whole lineup of people in bow ties. Anyway.
How fun is that?
It's all about the good. It's all about the good stuff.
Yes.
So If you would like to be a member of the Bow Tie Club, now you don't necessarily have to wear a bow tie like this. It can be any interpretation. It can be a scarf. It can be on your wrist. It can be a regular bow tie. Am I on?
It can be a mala. Yes,
Oh,
you
it
are
can be a
on.
mala.
It
Yeah,
can
there
be
you
a
go.
mala.
So in the back, we have the sign-up sheets. All you need to do is fill out the bottom portion of it. Oh, I forgot to tell you how much it is. $25. That's it. So, all right. So we're looking forward to everyone who is going to be part of the Bow Tie Club. So thank you. And
And I hear rumors that you're gonna be privy to some exclusive things if you're part of the Bow Tie Club. Like the Bow Tie Club might get together and go over to Caddy's one time, and the Bow Tie Club, it's going to be an exclusive.
you're letting out the secrets.
I want to get everybody excited about it. I want to get you in it. Yes. So we have a beautiful, wonderful service for you today. Our Unity Voices are led today by Leslie Ann Smith. If any of you were at the showcase on Thursday night, and thank you all. Yes. Thank you all that came out to our fundraiser on Thursday night at the Catherine Hickman Theater. It was a beautiful show. Leslie Ann had her world-famous ventriloquist. She has traveled around the globe doing her comedy act with her puppets and her characters for the National Foundation of the Arts. And she's performed at Unity Villages. She's performed at Unity churches all over the country. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And Jeremiah sang. He even danced. He even got the little shake going on at one number. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Master Omaka shared his spoken word poetry. I tell you. And so those fun fundraising events at the Catherine Hickman Theater are going to happen. Right now, we have them scheduled roughly every other month. Each one will have a different theme. Will be about I have heard rumors that they're working on a Motown show, that we are working on a kirtan with didgeridoo and some belly dancers. It's going to be a beautiful night. We are working on, in the fall, right after school starts, a Saturday matinee for the young ones. It's going to be all the music and inspiration from Disney movies, and all the performers will be in costume. So it's going to be amazing. Yes, it is. And then I heard that at Christmas we're going to do a Grinchmas. I don't know much about Grinchmas, but hey, it sounds like exciting. And it won't be replacing our candlelight service. We'll still have our candlelight service. Yes. So yay. Awesome. So I'm going to turn it over to Leslie Ann. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Kimberly. And thank you for being in leadership. One of the most difficult tasks is the leadership role. So I know that they request from Unity Village that we all pray for our minister always, because we appreciate you and we bless you and we are blessed by you. And without you, our ship will go off course. So thank you. We have a congregational song that is a little different today, and we hope that if you haven't heard it, and I'm sure you have, that you will join us in singing this great song. So please let your voices bring out that hum. Heal your bodies with your voice and heal your mind and your spirit. So let's have some fun. Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder. Wow! And crank it, Stephen. We got to hear it to feel it. Here we go. People keep on learning. Soldiers keep on warring. World keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. That's right. Sing out, my friends. Powers keep on lying while your people keep on dying. World keeps on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'm so glad I got to try it again. My last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. Woo! Oh yeah. Teachers keep on teaching. Believers keep on preaching. World keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Oh yeah. Lovers keep on loving. All together now. Believers keep on believing. Sleepers just keep sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Well, I'm so glad I got to try it again. The last time on earth I tried my soul to sin. I'm so glad I knew more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the higher ground. Yes, we are. Oh, yeah, yeah. No one's gonna let you down. Oh, yeah. Keep on, reach the higher ground. The world will never bring you down. We're gonna keep on, reach the highest ground. And as our unity community, we are gonna keep reaching and reaching and delivering on the higher ground all together. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, baby.
The daily word today we are using is acceptance. Acceptance keeps my mind clear and my heart light. In the past, I may have resisted certain people, situations, insisting they should have a different outcome as they are. Living that way gave me no peace. Now I practice acceptance. Accepting life as it empowers me to shift my perspective to new choices. I accept others as the spiritual beings they are. I also accept my circumstances. Even with full understanding, I have the power to change them. I accentuate all my blessings, and I choose to learn from any confusion or any difficulties that come my way. My acceptance has its root in my faith, trust in God, and knowing I am always loved just the way I am. Even so, I strive to become all I am called to be, expressing my greatest attributes and seeing value in others. Philippians 4:11 says, "Not that I am referring to being in need, for I have learned to be content with whatever I have." The affirmations that came to me as I was sitting with that, and if they resonate with you, feel free to repeat after me. If I hate myself, I am unable to love others. I lay down shame, guilt, and embarrassment. I am a valuable human being. I am acceptable and moving forward beyond all measures. I am strong, I am brave, and I am empowered. And so it is.
Thank you, our barefoot goddess. Yes, thank you, Laura Ann. And thank you, David, one of our community members who's going to share his gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, and when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, I got lost. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes, I found it. And brains just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, thank you. Sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. See how they shine. Gotta practice on. Oh, and if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled troubled water. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind.
Thank you, David. Whew. Wasn't that amazing? Yes, raise the roof. Yes. And we have that bridge over troubled waters right here, don't we? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Do you need a mic stand, or is a handheld going to be good? No, I mean a mic stand to hold your microphone. Or do you want to hold it? All right. So we have a special heart share today from Pat Villancourt, who moved here to our community. She was part of the community up at Unity on the Rivers in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
She has been, she's been instrumental in growing that church as a board member
Yes.
and a Unity speaker. She's spoken at hundreds of Unity churches across the country as an inspirational speaker. We're so pleased and happy to have her be part of our community.
Yes.
So today's theme is acceptance. And Pat has a wonderful, beautiful heart share for us.
Thank you. Well, good morning, Unity of Gulfport. You're a beautiful crowd. When I walked in this store about 2 months ago, because Leslie and and there's a few Unity on the Rivers people here, I said I found my home. God bless. And this minister is a diamond. I'm going to bring down all 4 ministers. Today I'm going to do this talk. You'd speak country. I'm going to do it in my Massachusetts
There you
Boston
go.
accent. Yay, baby! Okay. So, the power of acceptance. It sounds easy, doesn't it? It's not. Took me a year to accept. This is a tough story, and we talk Unity principles. I've been in Unity since 1997. Grew up with it, right, Leslie? With Reverend Shipley Allison. But when you have to live it, it's another story. Reverend Denise D. Simone once said to me, she battled cancer, some days the door open, people say when one door shuts, the other one opens, but sometimes the second, third, fourth, and fifth one kick you right back. So this is my story. Very briefly, she gave you my biography. I'm a teacher, career counselor, motivational speaker for 10 years, an intense member of Unity, a character, an historian, and a humorist. My nickname is Misbehaving Mimi, so I'm no, believe me, I'm no saint. Reverend Shipley Allison used to call me her spiritual diva. But we all have cosmic 2x4s, don't we? And I know many of you here. And I had a hell of a one. I wrote this note in March of 2019. I've only done this story 3 times. It's very powerful. To my boys, I have 2 boys, one in California and one in Massachusetts. To my boys, I love you. I cannot suffer like this anymore. I have 3 large stress fractures, L3, 4, and 5, and I have been suffering horribly. I am now going to be looking forward to months of surgery and pain, and I'm all alone. I am sorry for any inconvenience I will cause you. It is time not to suffer. There is plenty of money for all of you. I love you all. Love, Misbehaving Mimi. After I wrote that note, I took 45 painkillers. Don't remember anything after that. Went right out. Whew. So, what happened? I went to a chiropractor and he fractured my spine. Never did a good job. I had osteoporosis and he just totaled me. And the pain was beyond belief. I mean, they had me on morphine, Percocet, I was seeing the Ku Klux Klan doing minstrel shows, so I definitely was in another planet. Because we know the Ku Klux Klan don't do minstrel shows, okay? So I didn't commit suicide because I was selfish, which a lot of people think. I committed suicide because I didn't want to be a burden. My father, Joe, and I have given this talk at Unity, was a POW of the Japanese. He survived the Bataan Death March, 3.5 years of Japanese imprisonment. You talk about a tough SOB, he was. And he taught me to love and he taught me to forgive. But he always said, don't be a burden, because I was the first child. So all I could see was a burden. There I am laying on the couch, can't walk, can't bend, can't move. My partner, talk about a cosmic 2x4, John's in the hospital, and they call me, and they say he has less than 5 weeks to live. And 3 weeks after I got out of the rehab, he died, and I did his service. So I couldn't handle the pain. My heart, you like how we don't have ours in Massachusetts. My heart and my spirit were broken. They were just broken. So what did I see when I went to the other side? I loved it. In fact, I don't fear dying. The only people that fear dying are the people who don't live. And everybody in this room knows how to live. You goddamn well know how to live, okay? So I see this tunnel. It's nice and beautiful. There's a light. It's peaceful. I'm going over. I've had it, okay? John's dying. I'm in pain. Guess what? There's a gate. And on this gate, I'm telling you the truth, there's a lock, like a medieval lock. Now, there's too many ministers praying for me. They're holding prayer vigils at Unity. So I'm yelling, where's the key for the lock? I want the key. I see the tunnel. I'm ready to go. No key. No key. Too much prayers. The power of prayer, right? Damn it. So anyway, all of a sudden now, I'm completely in a coma. I have flatlined. I have taken 45 painkillers. I start hearing voices, but it's not coming from the tunnel. I'm in an intensive care unit, and I recognize my son's voice, Adam, and I recognize another voice who I think is a doctor, I'm assuming. And I can hear voices, so be careful. When someone's in a coma, they can hear voices, okay? So be careful what you say. Now, all of a sudden, I will never forget this phrase. I hear the doctor with a West African accent say to my son, she has a DNR. She's brain dead. I've been brain dead my whole life, but anyway. In the next 48 hours, we're going to ask to take you off. Boy, did my eyes open. I didn't know what the hell they were taking me off, but I said, where am I going? And where am I going? All of a sudden, I saw my son, I saw the doctor, and I heard a nurse yell, her eyes are open. Now he says to my son, she's not going to be normal. I haven't been normal my whole life. But he thought I wouldn't be able to talk, or, I'd be a drooling idiot somewhere in a nursing home. But I wasn't. So the power of prayer. So here's my lesson of power of acceptance. I kept believing they could heal me, but with the damage I have, they've done all they can. 2 surgeries and 7 months in rehab. And I bit nails in that rehab. I may believe I was Rob Gronkowski and came in there every day. It was pain. It was pain. But I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to accept that I needed help. I didn't want to accept that I wasn't going to be the dancer and the Zumba teacher. I did not want to accept it because I didn't want to, right? What did they do? They sent down a prayer chaplain to beat me up. Marianne Francoeur, it's her birthday today. She said, I'm going to pound the power of acceptance into you, okay? So here it is. You got to accept, Pat, where you are. You still got a lot of life. a lot of spirit, you can do a lot. I don't want to hear out of you. You can't walk, you can't dance. And by the way, I dance on my walker. I'm on TikTok and everything. Come across the street. So every time I said, I can't do something, Marianne the chaplain was there. Concentrate on when you could do. You have a beautiful soul, a beautiful spirit. Don't waste. And, you know, I know Charles and Murdo well. I know Eckhart Tolle. Don't go over here because you're going to vibrate low. And I've never vibrated low. So with time, and it wasn't easy, it isn't easy, Reverend. Anybody tells you it's easy, they're crazy. Because I wanted to be who I am. But I am who I am now. Hell on wheels. So, to wrap up, the famous saying, there was another, all my friends are ministers. I can't believe it because I'm the beach bar crazy. But anyway, they're all ministers. And Reverend David Tompkins says to me one day at Unity on the River, Pat, don't be afraid to ask for help because you have helped so many people in your life. He said, you have a beautiful smile, so it's a two-way street. When someone can help you, they enjoy it. That was the turning point. I don't complain. I don't moan. I don't groan. I do everything I can. I live alone, which they thought never would happen. I have a CNA that comes in several days a week. But other than that, I walk in a pool, I dance on a walker, and I love this unity. There's my story, the power of acceptance. God bless.
Thank you, Pat. We got you. Thank you, Pat. Isn't she amazing? A spiritual diva. What did you say, Mimi? What did you say it was? Misbehaving Mimi. I can kind of believe that. I can kind of see that a little bit. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much, Pat. And we are so grateful and thankful that you are here to be part of our community. Yes, we are. Yes. All right. And she keeps threatening me. She says this fall, she said, I'm bringing 6 Unity ministers here. I've already told them about you. I'm bringing them here. They're going to be sitting on the front row to listen to you. She said, I said, okay. All right. So thank you so much. And that's what today's all about, learning the power of acceptance, being in that acceptance. What do we mean by that? Being willing to accept what is because you know it's what is supposed to be. There was supposed to be a lock you couldn't open on that gate. There was supposed to be, because you were meant to be here. Yes. Yes. No key. No key for misbehaving Mimi. All right. So I think Dr. Debbie is next with her song, I Am Light. Did you give them her? Okay.
Check, check.
Okay. No. 'Cause
Oh, can you hand me that, that binder right there? Thank you. This song is one of those sacred songs. It is called I Am Light. And the reason why I love it so much is that it's such a beautiful reminder that no matter what we are walking through or what we have walked through, that it's so important to remember that we are light. It is by India Airy. I am light, I am light. I am the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I've left behind. I am light. 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 I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race, my soul inside is all light, all light. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Awesome. Do my little heart hands for my grandson, Jace, the little one. They took a picture of him. So he's playing ball. He's playing ball now. My son has him up 2 age groups. He just turned 5. Yeah, the little one. He just turned 5. He's playing with 6s and 7s. So he's playing coach pitch instead of t-ball. Because back when his older brother Tristan was starting to play coach pitch, I was in the backyard pitching to him. And Jay said, I'm pitch. I'm going to do it. I'll hit. I said, okay. So I gave him a bat and set him up there. And I said, okay, man, I was going to pitch it. So I put the tee up there. And he said, no, no, no. So I said, ma'am, I was going to pitch it to you. So I pitched him that ball. He beamed it back into my shin so hard I had seams on my shin. I said, whew, okay. He is going to be an athlete, I tell you what. He hits multiple home runs every single game. Every time he gets up the bat, he hits a home run. And the other day he was in his baseball picture and they said, we're going to send a little video to Memo. And he goes, every time. So, just a wonderful thought. Mm-hmm. So the title of my talk is, You Are Worthy. Accept all your good. Are you doing that? And as I was preparing my message this week, I wrote over in the margin, S-T-O-P. I know I've shared that with you all before. Stop. Stop what you're doing. T, take a breath. O, open your heart. And P, pivot and step if you need to. Stop. And I wrote that over in the margin because I wanted to remember to tell you that I wanted to impress upon you during this talk that I wanted you to quiet yourself, to take a breath, and to open your heart, because that's the easiest way to acceptance. Quiet yourself, take a breath, and then open your heart. So I'd written that, and when I'm thinking of my message and write my message, I write a few little notes and things, and maybe margin things like the stop. And then I get up and go do other things and see how I let that percolate for a minute. So when I was doing that, I was scrolling through Facebook, and I just happened upon a post, because things pop up in your feed that you have no control over, And people say, did you see that? You didn't comment on that. I'm like, I didn't see it. Facebook didn't think I wanted to. They didn't pop it up for me. But this one popped up, and it was in my feed, and it was from my past spiritual leader at the Unity Community in Nashville, Tennessee, Reverend Denise Yergin. She is now retired, and she is now my mentor as a minister. And she had a post that said, the best way to live, quiet my mind and open my heart. Oh, wow, I love God. I love how Spirit brings me to balance through synchronicity, because simultaneously at the same time, I was writing what I was writing in my margin to remember to impress upon you to quiet your mind, to take a breath, and to open your heart. The spiritual leader that I respect most in the world was making a post on Facebook to say the best way to live is to quiet your mind and open your heart. Wow. I'm so grateful and thankful for her as my mentor, and I am so inspired and encouraged by each one of you. Our misbehaving Mimi, all of you, each and every one of you, because I can look out at you and I know each and every one of you's story. I know that, and that's so wonderful. And I'm so thankful for you being here, and I am so thankful for all of you that are joining us online. Thank you so much for being here. And it's no accident. It's by divine appointment. It's no accident that you are here. It's by divine appointment and that synchronicity. I love it. I love it. So acceptance. Are you living in acceptance? Accepting all your good. Accepting all your good. It's a simple and yet profound way to be. It's a simple and profound principle. You are worthy. Accept all your good. And I found a quote that I love too. Sometimes you never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Sometimes you never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. That's a quote by Dr. Seuss. Wasn't he wise beyond his time? And have you ever tried to give someone a gift or pay them a compliment and you see them balk? You see them hesitate? You see them embarrassed? Because they're not ready to accept all that kindness, love, and admiration that you're offering. Or maybe you're the one. You're the one that was on that receiving end and found yourself uncomfortable and unable to accept. You were unable to accept and respond with gratitude and love and grace because it made you uncomfortable receiving, accepting. I believe many people have difficulty accepting an offered gift. And it reveals one of the important principles of learning how to receive the abundance that the universe has for us. In order to manifest, in order to be a manifester, a magical manifester, to take part in the process of co-creating your life and attracting to yourself the objects of your heart's desire, you must know that you are worthy of receiving. Because that's part of the process, the accepting and the receiving. Really, you really must know it deep in that you are worthy, or it's just not going to work for you. When I'm coaching people about the law of attraction, it doesn't work for some people because they can they can put it out there and decide what it is they want, which is a hard problem all on its own, deciding what you want. But then they can't accept it. They can't receive it. The universe is conspiring to make it happen, and it just goes on by. Just walk on by. Just goes on by. And I have a story about that from my mom and dad that I hadn't intended to share, but then when I sat down and started typing my message, that's all I could think about. So I know when that happens that Spirit's sending me that thought, that's what I need to share. My mom was not a good receiver. My mom was a great giver. She'd give the shirt off her back. She would give all of her love, but she was not a good receiver. I know on Mother's Day I shared with you that my mom worked cleaning houses from the age of 8 for 10 cents a day and saved that money to buy my grandmother silver, a real set of silver in a wood box with a red velvet lining. So my mom grew up in the Appalachian Mountains with her dad, a coal miner, and they were poor. They were poor. So my mom was never a good receiver. I think, looking back on it, my mom probably felt like she wasn't worthy to receive. It was too fine for her. And I've shared with y'all that I grew up on that tobacco farm. I grew up on that tobacco farm. But then when I was like in 6th grade, we moved to town. And I thought, well, we are rich now. Wow. We lived in a brick house. It was a tri-level in a subdivision. Whew. I thought, we are rich. And my mom and dad had started their own business and were successful. They did petroleum equipment. Yeah, that's neither here nor there. They were selling widgets or whatever, but it was petroleum equipment. They sold the nozzles and the pumps and the tanks and the everything it takes for an oil company to create a gas station. All the pieces and parts of that, petroleum equipment. So my dad, great salesman, and my dad got the contract with Gulf Oil Corporation out of Texas to supply them with hose and nozzles, you know, the little thing you pump your gas with. And that's when automatic nozzles were just coming in, the ones you just flip the little thing and it just goes in and it stops. I can remember that because that was my world then. That's what my dad did. He got the contract to sell those all across the country to Gulf Oil Corporation. So their business grew overnight to big success. And they got that contract sometime in the fall. And I believe I was probably 13, 14 maybe when all that happened, came to be. And when it was Christmas that year, Daddy took me to the store with him, and I thought, whoa, you know, because it's about the 23rd, you know, it's really close. Christmas is really close, and I thought, why is Daddy taking me to the store? And then we go to the mall, because we had just gotten a mall. We went to the mall, and he took me to the fancy store, you know, because I'm from the mountains, and we have one high-end department store. You know, we didn't have a Macy's or a Bloomingdale's or anything. We had Parks Belk. That was our high end. So Daddy took me into Parks Belk, and I thought, why is Daddy taking me into Parks Belk? Because I was always Daddy's little shadow. You know, if Dad was doing a plumbing job or whatever Dad was doing, I was looking right over his shoulder, watching him do it, holding tools for him, handing him tools. It's like scalpel, yep. Wrench, yep. Hammer, yep. That was me. I was always there. So I'm thinking, why is Daddy taking me into Parks Belk at Christmas time? You know, I had no idea. And we start going in, and then we go back to that corner where they got the fancy stuff, you know, like wedding dresses and evening gowns. And I'm thinking, because I was a skinny little tomboy, and I thought, what are we doing? What are we doing? Then we went on past those back into this private area, you know, a little circular area. And the lady, Dad had already been there once, but he needed me to be his sizer. Because by then I was as tall as Mama, maybe a little taller. So they came out and they brought this coat. And Daddy, they had me put it on. And I'm like, oh, this is the most soft, most luxurious thing I've ever seen or felt in my life. but Daddy was making sure it was long enough to cover Mama's dresses. So they boxed it up real pretty, and on Sunday morning, we all did our presents. And then I'm like, Dad, where's that special present? So Dad goes and gets it and comes out, and he brings it out to my mom. And my mom opens it up and takes that coat out of the box. And she said, Vanoy. That was my dad's name. Vanoy. I can't accept this. We can't. There's no need for me to have this. And she put it right back in the box, boxed it up, and sent it away because she felt she wasn't worthy of that. She didn't have anywhere to wear that. She didn't. And my dad was so proud that they were at a place in life where he could afford to walk in and buy that coat for my mom. And but my mom wouldn't receive it, and then I went after Christmas with my dad to take it back. And I know it broke his heart. I could see it all over his face. But my mom just wouldn't accept it. She wouldn't accept that gift. So I made it a life goal right then to let my mom know she was worthy. She was worthy. So in the final years of my mom's life, I left Florida, went home to Tennessee for 2 years, and lived with my mom to take care of her those last 2 years because I wanted my mom to know you are worthy. You are worthy. And I want to teach you. I want you to see that you are worthy. Beyond all measure, you are worthy. I want you to see it for yourself and know it in your heart. You are worthy of abundance, and you are worthy of receiving all of your good. When you know that you are worthy, your self-esteem comes from within. I am a child of God, and I am worthy. That's all it takes. I accept who I am, who I truly am. I take full responsibility for my life and what I am co-creating in the world. Your value comes from within. Your value comes from the fact that you are a divine child of God. Your value does not come from the outside, not from your job, not from your education or your degrees, not from who you know. That may be influence, but that's not value. When do you feel valuable? When do you accept that you have value? Are you measuring your value by the money you make? By the success in a project at work? By the fact that you're able to buy that car that you always wanted? By having influential and famous friends? True value, it's inherently yours. It's within you from the beginning. When you were created, when you were a thought in the collective, when you were just a ball of energy, of the divine energy, you are valuable. You don't have to prove who you are or that you have value. It's part of you. It's not performance-based. Your value is not because of what you did in the past or even what you might do in the future. It's not possession-based. It doesn't matter what you have, the money you make, the car you drive, the house you live in. Those things do not set your value. It's not popularity-based. Your value is not because someone likes you or favors you above others or that you have rich and famous friends. I don't need, you don't need to prove any of that. I know who I am, and I know you know who you are. We are a divine child of God, and we are worthy. Maybe you feel it, and maybe you need to level up. I want you today to level up to the vibration of that. Up level your vibration with intention and attention. The Spirit of God, our Creator, is infinite. It's omnipresent. It's everywhere. And everywhere and everything is in in God. It is omnipotent. You have the frequency of God in you. Accept that. Accept that and know that you are worthy. Accept that and allow your frequency to come into alignment with your source energy right now in this present moment. Let's have a moment of enlightenment, a moment of revelation, a moment of aligning with your soul and with your source. Align to the vibration and the frequency of source energy. That is where your value is. Be a metaphysician. Be interested in raising every area of your life to that frequency, to that vibration. We magnify it into every area of our life as metaphysicians. Accept even just a little tiny bit of that, just a little tiny bit of that idea or that thought in your mind, and your life will change. Your life will change here and now. Your life will change today. You will stop being a reactor and you begin to show up in life as a metaphysician, a metaphysical person, a spiritual being vibrating at the frequency of your creator and source. Be loyal to your own self. Be loyal to your own soul. Acceptance of that. Worthy of your own soul. You are worthy of that. And if I'm going to be loyal to my own soul, I'm going to know that I am worthy. I am a divine child of God. Be loyal to your own soul. Uncover your own strengths and flow with that. Uncover your strengths, whatever they may be, not the person next to you or the person you work with that you admire. Uncover your strengths, because each and every one of us is created unique and individual. We have our own strengths in our own soul. Are you sleepwalking through your own life? Or are you living with intention, with purpose, living on purpose? Are you accepting and allowing Spirit to work in your life? Allowing Spirit to flow in your life without attachment to a particular outcome? God is limitless. Source is unbounded. The possibilities are truly infinite. Don't put your limits on God. Don't put your limitations on our God. Allow Source to bring you what you want in the way that is best. That's acceptance. Because that way may or may not be the way you thought it should come or the way you wanted it to come. It may not be the way you had it all figured out, the way you had it all planned for. That is acceptance. Accepting it the way it is and knowing that is the way it is supposed to be. Uplevel your vibration and your frequency. Answer the call to your higher purpose. You know, the story of the formation and the foundation of this spiritual community, of Unity of Gulfport, is that exact story. We didn't set out to create a spiritual community. I simply answered the call of a friend to come and deliver a spiritual message in a backyard garden, and 40 people showed up to listen, to be there. And then out of that was birthed this amazing tribe and this amazing spiritual community. When you allow Spirit to be the architect, your life will become something amazing. And first you must approve of yourself, just as you are, right here and right now. Love yourself. It's the one thing that is so incredibly powerful. Love yourself. The one thing that works to attract the life you desire and the life you deserve. Love yourself. You are worthy. Stop trying to control everything. I need to listen to that too, don't I? Stop trying to control everything. Let it unfold. Source will bring it to you. Let the magic happen and see the magic happen. Accepting and allowing life to flow, allowing life to work to your advantage. Living in acceptance is a knowing that all is as it should be. The Spirit is driving that bus or driving that freight train that we're all hanging on for dear life riding. Spirit is leading the charge. That you state your desire, you speak it into the inverse, you imprint those words onto the cosmos, and then you need to release it and let it go. You say what you want, and then you release it. You release it and accept that the universe is conspiring to make it happen. And then that acceptance, you are allowing it to come to you. Acceptance, for some, is the hardest part of being a manifester. Acceptance, because it means we have to let go. We have to let go of that dream. We have to let go of that desire that we so dearly want. We have to let go of it without attachment. We have to let go of it with no attachment for how it's coming. But it's my dream. It's my desire. Why can't I have it the way I want it? Because you are limited and Spirit is limitless. Maybe through the course of life, people come and people go. And maybe that person that left you was supposed to. Sure, it's hurtful. And there's a painful time that you have to get through. Life is not without trials and challenges. We all have them. It's how we show up to them, how we allow them to affect us. Just maybe people are moved out of your life to make way and make room for someone who's better suited to come into your life. Think of that and allow that. And maybe that last client that you had looked like such a dead end. But when you released, it came to you and there was a great success and you got a promotion. Just allow. Don't live in the frustration that things are not going the way you planned them. Live in the acceptance that if it happens for your good. In Romans 8, we are taught, we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose. I'm not saying that you need to live your life by default. Because living your life by default is just going about your life and just letting things happen to you. And then saying, well, that happened to me. What am I going to do about that? No, you're reacting to what is just randomly coming to you. I'm saying you want to live an intentional life. You want to live an intentional life, co-creating with intention, but then releasing how it's going to happen and accepting the way Spirit brings it to you. And sometimes it might be that it's the answer's no, that was not for you. But I'm telling you what, if the answer is no, that's not for you, what is for you is much better. What is for you is coming, and it is much bigger and much better. And you just needed to clear that out. You needed to clear it out. Because there is a quantum truth. Deepak Chopra says, quantum physics is not only stranger than you think it is, it's stranger than you can even think. I like that. Gives you permission to not have to figure it all out, you know? He says, it's not even stranger than you think it is. It's stranger than you can even think. Accept that who you are in that still small space is who you really are. Allow that to be your reality. You are the energy and the vibration and the frequency of the divine that is in that still small space, right there with you all the time. And there are two basic types of people: no limit people and more people. Which are you? More people live in lack. More people have things, and more people want more. And no matter what they get, they want more. They get what they thought they wanted, but then, oh, but I need more. They need more all the time because they're always living in lack. While no limit people live in acceptance. No limit people accept. More people are always looking for more. No matter what they have or what they achieve, they always want and they always need more. Are you a more person or a no limit person? No limit people accept themselves, and no limit people are the abundant and successful people in this world. Which are you? What is your true nature? Which are you in that still small space? That still small space in there where only you know you. God knows you, and you know you in that space. And some of us do share it with those that are really close to us, but a lot of people, nobody knows that person. Who are you? The real you. Not who ego says you are. Not who your spouse says you are. Not who your boss says you are. Not who anyone says you are. Who do you know yourself to be? Who does God know you to be? Be that. Accept who you are and be that. Now, some of you might be saying, oh no, Reverend Kimberly, I can't be that. That's just who I am when I'm meditating or who I am on Sunday. That's not who I am out in the world. I'm different when I'm here. I'm different when I'm meditating, when I'm chanting. I'm different. I can't be that at work. But maybe you think you have to be that way because all those people want you to be that way or think you need to be that way. But that right there, that is the struggle. That is the challenge. That is the incongruence. Living your life out of alignment with who you really are, it creates stress. It creates misery. It creates pain. It creates depression. Living in that space, you are edging God out. You are living in ego, edging God out. And it will make you so frustrated. And I have to give props to Wayne Dyer that edging God out ego is his. I am a no-limit person. I am living my true nature. What you see on me on Sunday is what I am on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What you see of me right here and right now is what I am if you see me out at Neptune's having dinner. If you see me in Aldi's at the grocery store. I saw Sean. Where is Sean? I saw Sean yesterday at Aldi's, and oh, it's Reverend Kim. And we had a wonderful conversation. Yes. And you know, in high school, one of my nicknames was Smiley. Imagine that. And the picture that hangs in the rotunda in front of the gym in the Hall of Fame is a picture with my smile is so big. You know, my smile is so big that someone wrote in my annual, 32, count them. I think they meant that to hurt my feelings because I was smiling so big you could see even those back teeth, you know. You could see all 32 of my teeth. So I think they meant that to make fun of me and to hurt my feelings. But no hurt feelings here over how big I smile because it is my true nature. And my smile is me radiating my God self out to everyone, to the world. I love my smile. And I live in acceptance. I claim the freedom to be true to me, true to source, because that's who I am. So I'm telling you now, be true to who you are. Be true to source and be you. And my teachable moment today is that, just that, to take you inside to that still small space and convince you to go within, to yourself, to that place where Source is, where the divine is within you, your still small space. That place where you are able to emulate the divine. That place where you are the frequency of Source. You are perfect just as divine Source is perfect. It's your I am place. Go within to your I am place and allow that to expand outward into your life and into the physical world of quantum physics. Expand it out from your heart, through your eyes and through your smile, to know that you are energy and all that is energy. And you are the same energy as divine Source. I'm not guilty for being abundant and successful. It is the natural nature of God's gifts that we all be abundant. It's just that some people accept and allow it, and some people resist and restrict it. Allow it. Know that you are worthy. Accept and receive it. Accept it and allow balance and harmony to come in your life. Balance and harmony between you and Source. Balance and harmony between you and the people in your life. Balance and harmony between you and nature. Balance and harmony between you and your life. And that harmony is what allows us all to coexist in unity through love and peace. And when I expand my still small space and radiate love and peace, my true heart's desire flows to me without restriction. And as Reverend Denise said, the best way to live, quiet my mind and open my heart. Show up as the metaphysician in your own life and live in acceptance. I think you'll find it's a great way to be. And so it is. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Stephen's got me now. Camille is going to lead our meditation, so you to go into that still small space. Go into that space and take all that with you.
Absolutely. Steve, there we go. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to do a meditation, but a reflection today. Have your hand on your heart. And what I'd like you to do is, this is a meditation that I do often, is I just tap, 2 taps. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Could be 2 fingers, could be 1 finger, could be your whole hand. And now align that tap with your breath. Breathe in and notice that your breath might get a little slower. Closing your eyes. Tap, 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 tap. See how slow you can get your breath, and see how slow you can get your tap, and align that. And breathe. And now follow these words, fill in the blanks. I allow. I receive. I accept. I allow. I receive. I accept. I believe. Let's do that one more time. I allow. that breath. I receive. I accept. I believe. And take your hand away from your heart when you're ready. I allow. I receive. I accept. I believe that I have all I need right now. Namaste.
So I'm going to ask Board Member Bill to bring up the offering, and we're going to bless it. So those of you that are new, we do not pass a plate here at Unity of Gulfport. We do have 2 donation boxes, one right in the back and one right over here in the lobby area. And we accept and receive all of your donations with love and gratitude. And we truly believe and know the principle that as we freely give, we freely receive. We believe that, don't we, Bill? We do. Yes, we do. And we are so grateful and thankful because all of your donations allow this spiritual community to thrive, to do more. I know I shared for the next 2 months, for this month and last month, we came together for our Easter sunrise service out on the beach with 2 other spiritual communities, the Gulfport Methodist Church and the Gulfport Catholic Church. And we had a joint service, and the offering we collected there was right at $1,000. So we are funding the Gulfport Food Pantry that's in the Senior Center for this month and next month with those funds. Neither of the 3 communities took any of the funds. We're just serving the community with all of those funds. And here at Unity of Gulfport, we serve with 10% every month. We tithe to a charity. For April and May, it's the Reach Food Program, and you all have been so generous bringing food and items. They also need underwear and socks if you want to do that, and next Sunday will be our final Sunday for that campaign. However, we have joined with them an ongoing all the time campaign. Not that we'll be tithing 10% of the donations, but you are welcome to bring in things for them every single Sunday. And they deliver it directly out to Pinellas County. We were supposed to have Girls Rock St. Pete here today to receive their donation for March, but I do not think they have arrived. Rachel or DeLarn, if you're here and snuck in and I didn't see you, you can come forward. So hopefully we'll have them maybe next week. I'll reach out to DeLarn and see what happened. But so we have the March 10% tithe. It's a little over $500 for them. So for Girls Rock St. Pete, a beautiful charity. So we choose a local charity every single month, and that's where 10% of your funds go to. And other than that, we are doing good in the community, offering services and spiritual classes. So we love and appreciate your support. And as freely we give, freely we receive. And we offer a blessing on this offering that is freely given. Bless all those who give of their time, their talent, their treasure. Bless all who give in any way by being part of this spiritual community, simply by their presence here today. We bless each and every person in this space, in this sacred space, knowing that as we freely give, we freely receive, and so it is. So it is. Thank you. Thank you. You're right. You're right. Yay. Do you have, Bill, have something you talk? Okay. He did the announcements earlier, so we don't have announcements. So Laura Ann, come on up. Jason, come on up. I know that we announced the barefoot. Jason Early is our new prayer team leader. He's in charge of our chaplain program. So And he and Ron and Maria and Bill and Sue will be in the back for prayer after service. Sari is here and I'm here if you have a feeling that you need to have some healing energy. Any of our Reiki practitioners are welcome to go back and offer hands-on healing in the back, so you can congregate in the back for healing or prayer or coffee, whatever your preference is. So let's enjoy the peace song. So if you'll all stand together, Ron and Maria, come on up. Pat, come on up with us. There be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. For peace begins right here and right now. So together, let's affirm the unity prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. For God is amazing. And all the time.
God is amazing.
Hallelujah.
We're going to go like this, step by step.
Step by step.
Stephen.
Mr. Music, please.
We've got some music on your way out. Join us if you want and dance. That I must still cross as I'm going on my journey. Oh, I might be
fabulous.
lost. And there's a road I have to follow.
No.
Road I have to go. No one told me just how to get there. But when I get there,